Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another rock hounding adventure. This time we're going to the Pigmon Ranch out near Balmorhea, Texas. Kendra and I and the dogs. We're going to spend a few days out here, hopefully finding some beautiful rocks. We'll be sure and show you some of the good things we find along the way. The drive out to Balmorhea takes a little over 6 hours, mostly along Interstate 10, with its 80-mile-per-hour speed limits in these wonderful man-made limestone canyons. Once we arrived in Balmorhea, we had to find a place to stay. We decided to stay at the Balmorhea State Park, actually home to the world's largest spring-fed swimming pool. Yep, that's right, there's this San Solomon Springs there, which supplies over 20 million gallons of water per day. Pretty crazy, right? It was built back in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps. It's been nicely maintained. You see these little rivers throughout with fish. It's a pretty park. After many hours, we finally made it to our spot. Let me introduce you to our new mean green rock hounding machine. That's right, we picked this truck up not specifically for rock hounding, but we think it's going to be great at it. It's designed to live off the grid. It's got the AC inside for the dogs. We'll see how it does. After we got checked in, we went in town to the Balmorhea Rock Shop. Inside, we met this nice lady named Sheila, and she showed us around her shop. She had lots of really cool rocks in there, and fossils and other things. We asked her about doing some rock hounding the next day, Sunday, before our Monday trip with Teri Smith, and she did give us some suggestions, areas where we could go safely look for rocks, just near the roadsides. It's Sunday morning. The wind has died down quite a bit. It's still windy. It's a little chilly. It's in the 40s. We're back out. Kendra and I are with the dogs, trying to find some more rocks. You can see it's a beautiful day. These are our rock hounding dogs. Justin, that's Justin right there, and that's Jaeger. You guys gonna find us some good looking agates? No? Come on, Jaeger, find us a good rock. Justin, fetch a rock. What's mommy doing? Well, we haven't got them very well trained yet. Eventually, we hope they'll find us the good stuff. I haven't been filming much because it's been very windy out here. Not as windy as yesterday, but we're finding a ton of cool rocks. There's my wife Kendra doing her thing, and I want to show you what it's like out here. These are so easy to spot. Anytime you see one of these lighter, you can see it glowing right there. These are just chunks of chalcedony. You see small ones, they're everywhere. There's larger ones. I'm picking up these larger ones, like this. This is a little agate nodule. It's hard to tell what will look like on the inside. It's very whitewashed from the sun. They're just everywhere. Plus we're finding lots of petrified wood as well. I don't know if tomorrow is going to be like this on the Pigman Ranch, but if it is, it's going to be awesome. Not only are we finding agates and petrified wood, there's also a lot of this chert out here. Now this stuff can be really beautiful when you slab and cab it or tumble it. It takes a great polish. But I can find plenty of this around central Texas, near Austin where I live, so I'm not going to be taking it unless it's really special. We are making our way back to the Rockhound Express, get some lunch, and I just spotted, that must be petrified wood. What do you think? Let's see. Let's take a look at it here. Oh yes. This is what petrified wood looks like out here in West Texas. Should clean up nicely and, well, tumble nicely. I could probably cut it. We'll do something with it in the shop. We've gone about 20 or 30 more feet, and I spotted something that looks really interesting because of the color. Check out those colors. I think it's probably going to be, I'm not sure. Maybe I could tumble this, and while I'm down here, there's a little, some sort of agate. Yeah, definitely a chunk of chalcedony. And look, this one over here is glowing. Yeah, obviously a little agate there. I'm probably going to take a bunch of these small ones like this and tumble them in a video, so keep an eye out for that. Still making our way back. I spotted this little glower right here. At first I thought it was just chert, but doesn't it look like we can see down into it, like it has depth? And if that's the case, it's definitely some sort of chalcedony with a little pattern in it. A rock like this would be great, just tumbled and polished. Kendra just said she found a nice piece of wood. Let's check this out. Oh yes, look at that. Pick that up for us. That looks great. That, my friends, is a big old chunk of West Texas petrified wood. That should be beautiful when we can slab and cab that. We can just keep it as a specimen. Good job, Kendra. We're back at it. Kendra and I had some lunch at the Beast. There she is. Just having a ball, trying to find cool rocks. I'm up here. I just spotted this. Looks like it might be something good. It's rather large. What do you think? Could that be a big agate? Or is it just like a basalt with a bunch of chalcedony in it? It sometimes forms like that. I don't know. Ooh, actually it looks like a conglomerate maybe, or a breccia. Look at that. This is a cool rock. I think I'll take this back no matter what and slab it. This could be a beautiful one to slab. I'm still up here on this ridge and I just picked up this really cool looking rock. I got it wet and look at some of the detail in there. You see it's got the quartz up here and then what looks like some fine banding and chalcedony, and then this very rich looking jaspery material here. I think this is a keeper. I think we can have lots of fun with this one in the shop. What do you think? I just spotted another one that looks like it could be interesting. Look at this here. Looks kind of pretty, doesn't it? Is that a jasper? I don't know, but I like it. I think this will be a good one to get home and get some slabs. Kendra's now way down the hill, and there's our little rig, and I'm way up here. I told myself, stop picking up all that chalcedony, and then I see this massive piece right here. Now, how could I not pick this one up? Look at the size of this thing. That is a beautiful chunk of chalcedony. Look at that. You can see that it has some stuff in it. You see that? Maybe? Well, you can see it if I got it wet. And you'll be able to see it once I get it polished. And it's a piece this big. I can probably slab it and cab it. Definitely keeping this one. I believe I just spotted a very large piece of breccia. Look at that right there. Let me see if I can get this out. Oh. Okay. I probably should have dug this out before I started filming. And I don't normally use my left hand here. Let me do this. Let me change hands. There we go. Sorry about the poor cinematography. Oh my goodness, there it is. Look at this big old rock right here. Now, would this be worth taking back to Austin and getting some slabs off of it? It looks like it could be really cool. I don't know, I'm quite a ways from the truck. This is pretty heavy. Tell you what, I'm gonna think about this one. You may or may not see this rock again on my channel. I just picked up this fun sliver of chalcedony, and check out the other side and the banding in there. I got it wet so you can make that out. Wouldn't this be a fun rock to throw in the tumbler, to get it smooth, to get a polish on it, and bring out all of that detail? I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm still way up here on this hillside, and I think I found my first piece of agate that has what appears to be banding in it. Look at this, you see? Oh, I think that's going to be banding. There's quartz in it, of course, which, as you know, is not my favorite. But that banding may be really nice once we get it cut. With all that, say, bleaching from the sun, it's hard to tell whether or not that banding will have any contrast to it. We're going to find out, though, because this one's definitely going home with me. Yep, the wind's picking back up. I think I found a nice big agate nodule here. Look at this thing. Check that out. Lots of interesting stuff going on with this one. It looks like it's just one of those milky agates. Still, it might be special on the inside. Therefore, another one to go back to the shop. We've moved to a new location. This is actually near Lake Balmorhea. Kendra and I have been hunting rocks here, and look what she just found. This is a stunner. Go ahead and move that around a little bit. This is going to make for a beautiful tumbled stone. It appears to be like a, I want to call it a common opal. It has that texture to it, but those stripes and that light green color. Wow, good job, Kendra. Woohoo! One of the things I really enjoy about rock hounding is getting out into nature. Look at those beautiful mountains over there. Yeah, sure, this is a little stark for some people, but I love it. Unfortunately, not everybody takes care of the planet. Look at what I stumbled upon here. I have no idea when all of these were dumped. This is a giant dumping area, and you can tell by the rust on these cans that these have been here a while. It's disgusting. I can't tell you how much I hate to see this. What are you gonna do, right? Humans, the world would be so much better without them. I'm just about back to the truck. The day's winding down, and I did finally pick up something nice here. This is petrified wood. Here you can see I've sprayed it down to show you the detail. Look at that, it's sort of opalized on the inside. It's already drying up. It's very dry here, in case you didn't realize that. So today's just about done. Tomorrow, we actually take a shot at the Pigmon Ranch. The whole reason we came out here. I'm gonna miss this area though. Wow, it's really something out here. Look at those mountains over there. And all the rocks. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of good rocks around here. This is the least productive area we've been. That's all right. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. Check out the sunrise this Monday morning, St. Patrick's Day. Beautiful, beautiful colors. The park is quiet, but we are about to change that. We're with the caravan now, heading out of town on a paved road. There's about 11 cars in this group. After a short while, we turn off of the paved road and start heading towards the Pigmon Ranch. Eventually, we end up on dirt roads, which get rather technical towards the end. Okay, we're finally here. Everybody is getting started. As you can see, we have a small group. We're going to spend time wandering these hills, and hopefully we're going to find some great agates. This is the Pigmon Ranch. I just found my first decent find here. It's a big chunk of petrified wood. Look at that. Ooh. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. We're going to keep moving up this hillside here. While Kendra's hunting down there, I'm up on this hillside having all kinds of luck. I just spotted this. This appears to be a big agate nodule. Is it? Yes, I'm pretty confident that this is going to be beautiful on the inside. Hopefully. Honestly, this could just be a very dark chalcedony, almost black. But I'm willing to take a chance. I've been picking up lots of just cool rocks out here. Little biscuits and whatnots. This is a pretty good spot. Here's one I picked up a few minutes ago. I didn't film, but I want you to see it anyway. Can you see that? I broke this one off just to see what was on the inside. And look at all that, the color in there and that very sharp delineation between the dark, I don't know if that's a brown or a black, and that blue, different shades of blue. So this is an example of one of the biscuits that you find out here, what you see on the outside, and that's what can be on the inside, which means hopefully this one will have something like that on the inside. Still working my way up this hill. I just picked up this one here, which is an agate nodule. What I like about it is, you see it has this little window right here. It looks like maybe a quartz window. How fun will this one be to cut open? Heck, I may just throw this one in the tumbler. I just spotted one that looks like it might be pretty nice. Let's take a look right here. You see that? Let's get down here and, ooh, look at that. All right. I think this one's going to be superb when we cut into it. Well, it looks sort of like that milky agate, but yet on this face, you can clearly see there's some interesting stuff going on in there. I think I spotted another one. Can you see it? You look for those light colored rocks right there. Is this a good agate? Let's take a look. Well, maybe not. It's hard to say. That one could be pretty on the inside. Let me see if I can break an edge off of it and we'll take a closer look. All right, I just basically broke it in half and got it wet. What do we see in there? Sort of looks like maybe pluming, but it also looks quartzy. So I'll probably leave this one here. I just spotted another big white agate looking rock right here. What does this look like? Let's see. Ooh, it's big. Probably similar to the last one that we broke into. Should we try to break this one? Well, I broke a big edge off of it, and as you can see, there is some slight banding on the edge, but the rest of it just looks like that milky agate stuff. So I'll probably leave this one behind as well. Kendra just hollered at me saying, "Hey Scott, I'm gonna go back to the truck. My bag's getting full." I said, "I'll join you because mine's getting full." And as I started walking towards her, picked up a few more. But look at this one here. Oh, check it out. We've got banding for sure on that little nodule, along with some quartz. So now we're gonna head back over to the truck, empty our bags, and start all over again. I just met up with Kendra and she showed me this. She goes, "Is this petrified wood?" And I said, "Oh my goodness, Kendra, that is a showpiece of petrified wood. Look at that." And the bottom is pretty much flat, which is unusual. It's like a little petrified wood stump right there. And while I was walking down to see her, I picked this big one up right here, which is some sort of agate nodule. It's big. It's no doubt going to make it back to the shop to get slabbed. Now, she was about to ask me, what else you got here?
That's wood. Yeah?
Yes, that's petrified wood for sure.
I don't think that is.
Is this petrified wood? I'm looking through the phone screen. Let me peek above the phone. Yes, this looks like, yes, for sure, this is petrified wood. This is what it looks like in West Texas. It gets very dark like this. So 100% that's petrified wood. Good job. Look at her bag. She's always kicking my butt. All right, we're going to head back to the truck, drop these off, and then do it all over again. And just like that, I dropped off my rocks. I'm back out here in my first good target. Check out this piece of petrified wood. Look at the bark on that. Wow. That's amazing. Looks opalized on the inside. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, it was literally just laying right down there as I was walking quickly to get back up to the area. There's our fearless leader, Teri Smith, right there. But I was heading over towards that little bump, you see that little hill. And this just presented itself. Isn't that awesome? That tree is millions of years old. You can still see the bark on it. I'm literally just a couple of feet from where I picked up that petrified wood, and I saw this little agate nodule, so I picked it up to take a closer look. And then I just started looking around. You see there's one there in the center of the screen. There's one there in the center of the screen. There's one sort of there. Stuff is everywhere. This is a good spot. It reminds me of some of the other hunts we've done around Alpine. This is quite a ways from Alpine, this Balmorhea area. But the rocks are still great. What will this one look like on the inside? Literally just a couple of feet away from where I was, I started finding lots more of this, and then I saw one that was laying there that looks like someone had already broken. This area has been hunted a couple of times before, but what they must not have had with them was a water bottle, because had they sprayed it, can you see that? That is a plume agate, a beautiful plume agate. I don't know if it's coming through, maybe it is. If you don't spray it, it just looks very dark. Once you get the water on it though, wow, this thing is gonna be unbelievable when we get it slabbed. I haven't even looked at these other ones yet. This is gonna be great. I wasn't sure what this rock was when I picked it up. It could have been petrified wood, so I broke an edge and got it wet, and check that out. There's no way I'm not taking this one home. Imagine we make slabs like that throughout this rock. I think it actually is petrified wood the more that I look at it. But wow, you just never know. You gotta break an edge. I'm gonna have to start being more careful with these dark rocks. I've broken several edges off and I've seen just nothing but that blackness, so I've left them here. But this one I broke off. And if you look really closely, you can see that this is nothing but a bunch of the black plume. Can you see that in there? You see a little bit of the gray chalcedony, that helps make it stand out. But trust me, the rest of it, if you're seeing it, it's hard to tell on this phone, but this whole nodule is nothing but that beautiful, I guess I'll call it Balmorhea black plume. Who would have noticed? I've thrown away several of these. I'm just gonna have to start being more careful. I think I found quite the honey hole. I'm walking forward from just a few feet from where I found that black Balmorhea plume agate, and I see this sticking out of the ground. What do you think that is? I'm quite certain that's petrified wood. Yes, no doubt about it. And there's something right there that looks kind of interesting. What is this? Let's see. Well, whoop, nope. I don't know that I'm going to keep this one. I may break it, but it doesn't look particularly interesting. This, however, is coming home with me. Just steps away, I picked this one up, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is also a piece of petrified wood. I know it doesn't look a lot like wood, but I've seen it do this when it gets agatized and opalized. I think that's what this is. You sort of see a grain pattern there. Either way, I'm taking it home because it looks like it will make some great slabs. I'm still in the same location. I've come up with a new strategy. There are so many interesting rocks right in this little field. I find a bunch and pile them up like this so I can do some high grading. Well, this one's obviously stained because it's stained. By that I mean going home with me because it's petrified wood. Here's one. This is common, what I call the golden mossiness right here. We find a lot of these near Alpine. I'm not sure, I gotta start breaking these. But you can see just some beautiful specimens here. And they were all just within literally 15 feet of where I've just placed them. I just picked up this little beauty here. Doesn't look like much. You see the botryoidal bumps, the bots as we call them, but check out the banding. You can see it there, and I think we can see it. Sure, we can see it there. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, but I cannot pass it up. I just love banding like that. I'm still in the same area, not too far from where we parked, and I just picked this one up here. Doesn't look like much, but check out this side. It's that dark agate. It may or may not be pluming, I can't tell. I got it wet. There's something going on in there, but I like the little bots right there. That's usually a good sign. This will make a good one for my great Kendra Scott Rock-Off series. Do you think this will beat one of Kendra's rocks? I'm walking back towards the truck to unload again. Spotted this little white beauty here, and I got it wet, and check this out. Can you see that? It's going to be a little mossy agate in there with some banding. I think it's already drying up, but trust me, this one, tumbled and polished, whoa, watch out. I cannot make it back to my truck without finding more rocks. I just spotted all these right here. Check these out. So this one, oh, I'm pretty sure that's a piece of petrified wood. It was just that much was showing. The rest was underground, as you can see. With those little striations, sure, that's petrified wood. Saw this beauty here. Look inside there. You can see the pluming in that one. This will require some creative cutting, but that should be great. Saw this one here. Just a nice nodule of chalcedony. Could have something in it. And then this is an agate rock. You see it's got that whiteness on it there. So what I'll do with this one is break off this edge and see if there's anything in it. But those three for sure. I can barely stand up. Yeah, I've got so much weight on me. Let me see if I can show you here. Ugh. This is my bag. I don't know if you can see it, but it's loaded. It's heavy. And I still got to make it back there. Okay, made it back. Dumped my rocks. The bucket on the left is Kendra's. The bucket on the right is mine. I'm slightly ahead of her now as far as volume, but not by much. This was just from her first go around. This is from 2 of mine. She's back out there somewhere. She put some shorts on. It's probably in the 80s now. I'm all covered up and I'm about to head back out there. Kendra and I just started again. We left the vehicle down there. We came up this hill, walked up this road right here, and I saw something poking through the ground. Let me show you. It was just this right here. That little white edge, you see just the top of that right there, that was sticking through the ground. I dug it out. It was a big old agate, and I broke it just a small piece off, and that's what I'm seeing on the inside. So I'm not going to break any more of this one off. This could be really nice. We'll see. I'm going to get it home and get it slabbed. Walking down this road, I just spotted another one of these little millipedes. This one's complete. Still dead. Let's see if I pick this thing up. Oh, nope, falls apart. Oh, that's cool looking. Look at that. Wow. Looks like something out of the movie Dune. Hopefully he had a good life. Check out what Kendra just found. Waterline, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That will make a nice tumble piece right there. Good job. You saw Kendra's waterline agate. Is this one as well? I think it's going to be. Look how it's all stair-stepped there. Yeah, you can sort of see the waterline in there. I believe if we cut right through that, that's what we'll see. I haven't even tried to clean this up yet. But I believe that's what waterline agate looks like. In the raw, let's say. There goes Miss Kendra. I just walked through an area that seems to have lots of agate activity. You see, I've picked those up for further inspection. This is one that I picked up, and check that out. Look at the detail in there. I see some color in there, some patterns. I imagine this one will be a good one for face polishing. You know, when I take it into the shop and I get this on the grinding wheel, grind it flat, and then put a polish on it, because I think there is going to be some amazing detail once this thing gets shined up. I am kicking myself right now. I picked this one up, and I thought, oh, I better break it to see if there's anything in it. And I did. And check that out. Can you see that? Is it coming through? All of those beautiful bands in there. Look at that. Wow, let me get the light better on here, if I can. Well, I'm going to save all the pieces anyway, although I just dropped one. And I'm sure I'll be able to do something with this in the shop. I don't know what, but wow. What a bummer. Doggone it, I did it again. I was here breaking these rocks, just trying to see, are they worth keeping? These chunks of chalcedony, you see, most of them weren't. I got to this one here. This is just a dark agate, and I broke an edge off it, and check this out. Look at that. Wow. Sure, it's quartzy in the middle, but the banding. That is a stunner. I'll still take this one back. I'll do probably a cut and polish on this, right? Make a nice cut and polish it, because that should be stunning. Okay, after that last experience, I think I've learned my lesson. I just picked this one up, this nodule. It's clearly an agate nodule, as you can see. Looks like it has lots of swirly stuff on it, right? You see all that? Different minerals, maybe? I am not going to break off an edge. Instead, I'm going to take this one back as is. We'll get it to the shop and maybe cut it right down the middle and look inside. We are making our way back to the truck. There's Kendra. I just picked up this, which is more of that really beautiful waterline banding. Nice piece. A little dirty still. Love the waterline. I'm back to my old ways. I just broke a couple of these rocks to see if they're worth taking. This one, probably not. This one, check this out. Can you see this? I don't know if the sun is going to let it. Yeah, there you go. If you look in there, you see some banding, and look at those little, almost saginetic sprays in there. That's really cool. And then I saw this little red rock. This stood out. There aren't a lot of red rocks out here. And I thought it's probably just staining, so let me break it. And sure enough, it's probably just a little piece of jasper, maybe. So those are gonna come home with me. Anyway, these two. Come on back, boys. Justin, are you having fun? Are you enjoying this rock hounding? What about Jaeger? Jaeger, what about you?
No, it's too many stickers.
Too many stickers? Poor boy. Poor boy. We'll get you back inside to the nice air-conditioned cabin here.
Let's get in the house.
Get in the house.
Let's get in the house.
Get in the house. One and... Come on, old man. You got it. It's nice and cool in there. They're doing just fine. Kendra's over there making friends while I found this fossil rock. Check it out. Definitely. You see that? And you see that? Fossils. Let's not forget this was still an ocean a long, long, long time ago. Kendra just found this awesome piece of plume agate. Look at this. When I get closer, you can clearly see all the pluming in there. Let's turn it over a little bit here. Oops, sorry. Wow. I want to find where this came from. Yeah, see it in there? Super nice stuff. Good job. I just picked up this interesting one here. Look at this. This has a lot of potential. You can see it has maybe quartz on top, a little bit of banding there, and then what I call common opal in the middle. But when I turn it over here, you see down near my thumb, it looks like it's going to have waterline as well. So this one's worth cutting. Kendra just handed me this beautiful piece she picked up. Look at this piece of petrified wood. Check out all the agatization in that. I hope she wants me to tumble this one because it will be a stunner. It's getting near the end of the day. We're slowly working our way back to the truck. I spotted this one. I haven't touched it yet, but it looks like it could be really interesting. You see that right there? Am I seeing some banding there? Let's look. Let's take a closer look at it. Well, maybe a little. I think I'll keep it anyway. It'll be a fun one to cut and polish, although there's an awful lot of quartz in there, isn't there? Still, it's worth taking. I'm almost back to the truck. I found this beauty. Look at this thing. This, I believe, is a pseudomorphic agate. I'm not sure that's what they call these. It has the tubes in it. And here you can see the ends of the straws. You see that right there? I always call that pseudomorphic. I may be wrong. But just goes to show you the variety of agates you can find out here at the Pigmon Ranch. I haven't been picking too much of this lighter chalcedony up, except when I find pieces like this. See, when I get this wet, I'm trying to get the sun better for you here. Now, I don't know if that's officially pluming right there, but it certainly has that plume look to it. So this was just broken off some bigger rock and exposed that. I'm thinking this will be a good piece to tumble and polish. We are finished. These are our barrels. Kendra, check hers out.
How are you?
She's got lots of good stuff. This is mine. There are those fortification banded agates that I broke, but a lot of good stuff in here. There you can see a fossil rock, lots of agate, lots of petrified wood. Great hunt. Oh, we're finally back. The hunting's finished. We had a good hunt. You'll see the video soon. Check out the shirt. This is my stepbrother's place. If you're ever in the Florida Keys, be sure and check out the encounter at Marathon Key. It's a lot of fun. And by the way, he hasn't sponsored this. He's just a nice guy, and it's a great place. So we'll have the wrap up here in just a few minutes. But again, thanks for coming along. We're heading out. Ooh, what a day. There's only 4 of us left. There were about 11 cars when we started, but people were just peeling off as it got warmer out. So true rock hounds like myself and Kendra, we stuck it out. If you're interested in a hunt like this, Teri gave us some of these bumper stickers here. Rocks make me happy, and there's her website. We're heading back to the state park for our final night out here in West Texas. We'll get up early and head back to Austin in the morning. Forgive the bumpiness here. It's just, whoa! It's just a bumpy road. Hope you don't get any motion sickness from watching this. So I'll put this together as quickly as I can and get it uploaded for you. Today, by the way, is St. Patrick's Day. It's March 17th, 2025. Hopefully this will be up soon. And then I'll have a follow-up video. Again, I hope this isn't too rocky. A follow-up video showing the nicest rocks that we found. So look forward to that. And once again, thanks so much for coming along.